Hey, welcome to Bonnie's 29th birthday party. I can't keep this up. She's 46.
Yeah, mic check 1, 2. They see me rolling, they hate it. But rolling, they trying to kiss me. Rum and nerdy, kiss me rum and nerdy. Kiss me rum and nerdy, kiss me rum and nerdy. Kiss me rum and nerdy. They're taking the hobbits to Isengard. They're taking the hobbits to Isengard.
Whenever I'm about to do something, I think, would an idiot do that? And if they would, I do not do that thing.
You wanna play? I'll play. Kiss me rum and nerdy. 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 This is the way. Ready the program. Let's go.
Hey everybody, welcome to Rum and Nerdy. I'm Greg.
And I'm Garrett.
This is episode 3.46. It's Bonnie's 46th birthday.
I am really looking forward to next year when we don't have to find these stupid clips to put in front of all of these episodes.
It was a good idea a year ago.
It was a really good idea. Yeah, 46 episodes ago. It was neat.
You know, we knew that it was going to be tough.
Towards the end.
And I'm actually, legitimately, I'm surprised that we were as successful as we've been.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, I'll give you that. But still, it's really annoying. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Well, luckily, there's only like 3 more.
Also, because it's the first time we've recorded since Eggnog, I want to apologize for the Eggnog episode and Ross's terrible microphone.
Yeah.
I just, I don't like that mic.
Well,
There's something about that mic that makes everything worse.
because it picks up all the room noise, and there's not a lot of acoustic treatment. The normal microphones we use are very, very hyper-directional.
Yeah.
Like they pick up what you say.
Yeah.
That other one is an area microphone. And we just haven't tuned the room to that.
Okay, so maybe it's on us.
Yeah.
Either way, I wasn't happy with the way that turned out. That was one of the worst sounding episodes we've ever done.
Yeah. Well, I just bought 4 new microphones.
Oh yeah.
So that's the complete portable, not the podcast in a box, but the studio in a box with wheels.
Yeah, this is more like the Rum and Nerdy DJ setup.
Yeah. Because it, and we've asked intern Tyler, we've said, go find us a place to record live. And what this one does is we can actually record live in front of a studio audience, not just record in the corner.
Recorded live in front of a studio audience. No, that's nice.
Yeah.
Well, hey,
Tell us what we got.
this week's rum, I'm kind of excited for. It's Hansen rum,
Yeah.
imported from Denmark. My cousin / uncle picked this up for me.
It's so funny.
And it's the labeled finest overseas rum. So, fun story about this. My family has had a bottle of this at the house like forever, and I'm pretty sure we only used it for baking purposes, like the Christmas pudding,
Yeah.
fruitcake stuff that you douse in rum and set
What'd
on
you call
fire.
me?
Yeah, that's basically all we used it for. So, I've been staring at this bottle. Or a bottle of this for easily 30 years, and I've never tried it before.
We're going to put a fix to that.
I'm interested in trying this.
So I've looked up some reviews. This one is,
Spoiler alert, I'm not expecting this to be good.
well, we'll see. This review is from boutiquemarket.dk. I think it's, Danish. Anyway, what they have to say about it is, Danmark største marked den Hansen, min titral forsadnassent del rum fra Mellon. I'm just going to give up.
Yeah, no.
I probably murdered all of those words, but this is...
You really did. You have to pronounce it with the accent from the Swedish chef. That's the way it's...
Danmarks største marke rum heter Hansen. Min tiltroste fornavn I give up. This is dumb.
No, I love the fact that on the back of the label, it's all in Danish, except for random chunks that are in English, like 5 o'clock Hansen. I guess that's the name of a drink, 5 o'clock Hansen, and then it's
Yeah.
I don't. Okay.
Sorry, there's probably
No, this is EN.
yeah.
This is the correct way.
Gotcha. Well, rum ratings. This actually does exist on rumratings.com. One of our favorite things to go and look at. 14 ratings, 2.9. One of the lowest rated. There is out of the 14 ratings, one person said it was a 5. Most people are rating around a 3 and a 4, but 3 1s. Let's see what they have to say.
3 1s, yeah. Well, what are the
Hansen and Coca-Cola. Powerful aromas as well as harmonious taste. Try Hansen Golden Rum in a coffee, Coca-Cola, or hot cocoa where it's perfect. This is a person said 4. Here's one of the I can't even. God, what is even those letters? Is that like Russian or something Eastern?
Could be Russian or probably Danish. Some kind of Scandinavian.
This person gave it a 2. Said can live without it. Works for mixing. Party rum for those who don't care as much as for much of the taste. Okay.
If you just want to get fucked up, I recommend Hansen rum.
I encountered this rum at a Christmas market in northern Germany as an additive to Glühwein, which is an appropriate use of this rum. I can only wonder how Glühwein would taste with a more interesting rum.
Oh. Have you made your Glühwein recently?
But I use bamboo. This person says not good even with Coke.
Okay.
A tolerable low class from Germany.
A tolerable low class. Okay.
This is brutal.
I told you I wasn't expecting this to be good. Okay, here allow me to foley the screw cap.
Do it. You know, you really actually pulled that off pretty well.
I know. I'm just saying all the quality spirits from bumwines.com come with a screw cap.
I think you poured too much.
Yeah, but I plan on adding stuff to it. We'll see.
Yeah. So you made it even worse for mine. Well, let's see what happens.
This is the inaugural tasting of the rum without your Club 33 glass.
Oh, God. I don't know that we mentioned that. Happened after the episode.
It did happen. We haven't mentioned that, yeah.
Yeah, I was picking up the glass and just slightly dinged it with a different thing, and it just took a huge chunk out of the side of the glass.
So, if anybody out there has a spare Club 33 whiskey glass, Greg is in need of one.
Well, I'm happy to drink out of my Chiefs glass. Although,
this doesn't smell terrible.
In this glass, in the Chiefs glass, this rum smells about as good as the Chiefs did on Sunday against your Packers.
So appropriate? Smells appropriate?
Shut up. Okay, here we go.
I thank you for that. We really needed that win.
Surprisingly smooth, terrible taste. This does not taste good. It doesn't burn per se. I mean, once it hits the stomach, but not like on the tongue. The tongue and the throat was fine.
Yeah, imagine that. It doesn't burn going down, but I can feel it in my stomach.
The funny thing is after tasting it,
it's
the
like
smell is worse.
Wow. Okay, that's accurate. It also the stomach burn is a new thing. It's like a depth charge, like it goes down the hatch and then.
Hansen Golden Rum, better than Malort.
It's got that going for it. Same color as Malort.
I think it's a little darker. This is a nice. Actually, the color of this is like a bourbon.
Yeah. Huh. This is definitely something that I would put in a Christmas dessert and set on fire. Okay. I'm going to put some ice in it. And I'm not going to be bashful with this ice either. You want some ice?
Yes, please.
There's. Take some
non-bashful ice.
Put some on your desk. Okay. Let's see what a couple of cubes do to this. I'm not expecting a whole lot.
Nope. Might try and aerate this. Nominally better, maybe?
Nominally, yeah, I think it's because it's watered down. Now it's bad but cold.
Golly.
Ah,
There you go. Okay.
I'm okay. I brought Coke. Usually the good rums they don't make it this far. It's just maybe a cube and
Yeah.
This is going to be definitely.
I have to say, this is my second favorite Hansen in the room.
Ironically enough, mine too.
Coke. There you go.
Okay. And with the Coke, what do we got here? Mine's not terrible.
It's got this weird kind of tang's not the right thing, but it's got this
bitter.
weird
It's
thing.
bitter. It has a bitterness. It has
Yeah.
a really unique bitterness that might be more suited to gluten fargan or whatever that was. But
Farfignugan,
yeah,
something.
Yeah, Farfignugan. But yeah, as far as just like a rum and Coke goes,
Hansen, how Germans rum and Coke.
I thought this was Danish.
Yeah, but all these reviews are from. I think the Danish make this to fuck with the Germans. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, Copenhagen. Yeah, this is yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you. The Danes should really stick to akavit because their rum is not
God, I haven't had akavit
not
forever.
good. I got some akavit with this actually. If you want to akavit sometime,
Maybe. We've got these other things over here we got to try too.
crap!
Leftover from the party.
Oh, we got a good one from the party.
Yeah,
Should we save the good one from the party for the Christmas episode?
the shrub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that one's special and it deserves a special episode.
Maybe the New Year's one.
Yeah, New Year's. There you go. Ooh, hey, so we had the TEA Eastern Division holiday party. Well, at the time of this episode airing, it would have been 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
On Wednesday. And I knew that this would eventually happen. I was not expecting it to happen at the party, and it did, and I kind of thought it was fucking cool.
What's that?
Somebody walked up to me and slapped a challenge coin down on the table. I'm like, "Do you got yours?" And I was like, "Whoosh, I got mine."
Wow.
Yeah. Which also reminded me, I don't know the challenge coin rules. Isn't it like if you challenge someone and they don't have their coin, they buy the round? But if they do have their coin, you buy the round? Like there's official rule. I feel like we've distributed the greater Rum Nation a game, but we haven't dictated the rules of the game yet.
Well, I think, okay. The challenge is initiated by drawing your coin, holding it in the air by whatever means possible, and state, shout, or otherwise verbally acknowledge that you are initiating a coin check.
Well, that sounds lame.
Yeah. I am doing...
Hear ye, hear ye.
Yeah.
Okay. That's lame. This, or we just Wikipedia? What are you reading this off of?
No, this is off of some special...
Challengecoin.org?
history of the challenge coin.
Oh, okay.
So the challenge initiated. You may also place it or strike it on a hard surface, such as a table. If you accidentally drop your coin and make it an audible sound, it is still considered a challenge. The response consists of all those present responding in a like manner within 15 seconds. At the time of the challenge, you are allowed 1 step and an arm's reach to locate your coin. All coin holders present will participate during the challenge. A response can be with any other challenge coin. If there is a challenge and a person is unable to respond, then the individual or individuals without their coin are required to buy a meal and or beverage of choice for the individual who is issuing the challenge. If everyone being challenged responds with their coin, then the person who challenged is required to buy a meal for all of those, meal or drink for all of those he or she challenged. Failure to buy a meal or beverage is considered despicable and a failure of unit trust. Some units require that you return your coin should you do so.
Wow.
Coin checks are allowed anytime, anywhere, any place. There are no exceptions to this rule. An organization or unit coin is a coin, belt buckle, or belt. Nah, I'm not going to go with that. So you are responsible for your coin. If somebody else has it or looking after it and it accidentally drops your coin on a hard surface, you are responsible for the consequences of the challenge. I think we could probably make our official, because this certainly doesn't need to be about a meal.
Yeah, I don't. It should really be, and hear me out on this one, rum.
Yes.
I feel it's rum. I think all of our challenges are going to be rum based.
Yes.
And okay. And do I want to make some kind of a fun password? You just call it out, or you just slap your coin on the bar and rawr. I challenge thee.
I think it's just
hey motherfucker, where's your coin?
Slap it down.
Yeah.
There's my coin.
Yeah, you don't have to hold it up in the air and make an announcement.
Yes.
Okay, that's fair.
So it's just basically anybody without their coin. I also think that it needs to be done either in an official place. Like if we were ever at Strongwater Tavern, anybody at Strongwater Tavern, if you do not have your coin, that works. Other than I think it needs to be official gatherings.
I was going to go ahead and say any official gathering of the Central Florida Rum Council, the Florida Rum Society, or, and hear me out on this one, the Themed Entertainment Association.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah. Dude, could you imagine how much fun we could have at a mixer?
Well, but here's the thing. Not everybody at those other things are going to have them.
Doesn't matter. It has to be a known rum counselor.
Okay.
You can't just go up to random individuals and...
Because I have the official coin database.
Where's your Rum and Nerdy Challenge coin? The hell are you talking about? Like, yeah, if you're not in the know, you don't know. But it could be like this inner club, of rum counselors that challenge coin.
Yeah,
I think it'd be fun. It also means that I keep mine in my car now with my TEA name tag.
So when I was over in France, I gave Chris his. Now Chris has one of those little keychain holders for the little iTag thing, the Apple tag, and I think he put his in that. Yeah,
I want to get something. I've been keeping mine in my change pocket, but I've also been keeping it in the little plastic holder it came in, which is deteriorating, by the way.
Yeah.
So I need to make a little leather pouch for it or something. But I really don't want any of the paint or the gold to like flake off my pocket. So I'm going to keep it in a protective thing. It'll be fun though.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
Part of me wants it to be just a little worn.
A little? Oh, it'll get a little worn.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that one.
Yeah. Anyway, so those are a thing now. I think out of the 100, I think that we've officially up to about 35 of them spoken for.
Nice.
Not everybody is paid or collected, so on and so forth. But one of the guys yesterday, so Erica had said she wants number 42.
Yep.
And she's like, yeah, I told Garrick. And I'm like, he didn't tell me this. So this is a good conversation.
Yeah.
But Tori got one.
Nice.
Jesse got one.
Nice.
So there was a few last night that jumped in and then handed some others out. I'm going to be in LA next week, so I'm going to take some out there for and distribute amongst the people there.
Yeah, nice. I hear Shannon and Dave should have theirs this week.
No, they didn't get delivered, so I'm actually going to take them this weekend.
Nice. Very nice.
I'll see them on Sunday.
Very cool.
Yeah. So.
Oh, it's going to be awesome. Next time we see Dave, we got to get a picture of the three of us together with the coins.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Did you ever watch the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? In any of the variations?
I used to watch, when I was a kid, I watched the animated and I watched all the movies, although there's the new thing I haven't watched yet.
Okay, but you're familiar with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, I've even played the role playing game when I was in high school. Because nerds and stuff. But yeah, I had a in the game I had so okay. So I'm sidetracking, but you'll enjoy this. You have mutation abilities that you start out with inherently, but if you have a really big animal, if you shrink that animal down, you gain modifier points when you're making your character.
Okay, so you can like unmutate things.
Or mutate them further.
Okay.
So the largest animal in the book was elephant, and that is a size 20. So I had 4 elephants that were mutated down to size 3.
Okay.
Which makes them had a lot of modifier points. So some of the modifiers I made them pink and furry.
Okay.
And every other modifier I used it for psionic abilities. So they were basically
what does that mean?
That's like mental powers. Like
okay.
I can like make you see things.
So you had miniature pink psychedelic elephants.
Yes, and they were called the fuzzy pink elephants from hell.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was my team, and they drove a 1963 split window Corvette that all 4 of them fit in.
That's kind of hilarious.
Yes.
That's kind of hilarious.
Because
Jesus,
the mind of Greg's mind at 17 years old, and like, that's what I thought was hilarious.
Okay, well here's a really interesting thing that I think I heard. I think I heard it on a reel or something, but it's the first time I stopped and actually thought about a cartoon at that level of nerd. I'm like, oh, I should probably bring this up to Greg. Who gave the turtles their weapons?
The master Splinter. Yeah.
Yeah. The rat, their sensei, gave them their weapons. He gave each of them a very specific weapon for a very specific reason.
Yeah.
To kind of match their personality. So, like, Raphael, what was his personality? He was always kind of a hothead.
Yeah.
He got angry real quickly. He was, kind of a, not mean, but he was just always flying off the handle.
Yeah.
What did Splinter give him?
Did he have the sickles?
The size.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a defensive weapon. Splinter gave the hothead a defensive-only weapon that's useless for engaging in fights.
Yeah.
Michelangelo, what was his personality trait?
I'm trying to remember. Was he the one that was the skateboarder pizza guy?
Yeah, skateboarder pizza guy, kind of scatterbrained, kind of like never in the moment, kind of like, ugh. What did he have?
Was it the staff or the nunchucks?
Nunchucks.
Yeah, because you had to focus.
He had to focus. That's the weapon that requires the most amount of focus of all of the weapons.
To not beat yourself up.
So he had to focus. The scatterbrain guy gets the thing to focus him. Donatello, what's his thing? Like personality-wise, what's his deal?
Tech, smart guy.
He was a tech. He was the smart guy. He was always fiddling with gadgets, always doing high-tech stuff. Yeah, he had the staff. Stick. Splinter gave him a fucking stick. The lowest tech of it. It's just literally a stick.
Okay.
And Leonardo, what did he have?
He was the leader. He had the katana.
Yeah, he had 2 katanas. He had the only offensive weapon of all the turtles, because he was the leader, the most in control, the most courageous, whatever. But he's the only one that has the weapon capable of killing somebody.
Well,
Yeah. Anyway, I thought that was really neat.
Yeah. Did you read that on something, or did you just think about it?
No, I saw someone present it on a reel. I'm like, that's really cool. Never thought about any of that. There you go.
That's pretty badass.
That is pretty badass. Look at that. When's the last time you thought about the Ninja Turtles in any capacity?
It's been a minute. Sorry.
Sorry.
I got some Hansen down the wrong pipe.
Let's get some Hansen in your throat.
Oh my god. It had to go there.
I brought the bottle. What can I say?
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. There was something else we were going to talk about. Loki.
Yeah.
Loki season 2 finished up.
Loki season 2. Which I enjoyed, but it felt like Empire. It ended, and spoiler alert for anybody that hasn't seen Loki season 2, but it's been over for like a month now, so what are you waiting for? It kind of felt like Empire. Like there has to be a season 3 to like where does he go from there?
It depends. With everything going on with the MCU, like they've got all these different like phase 1 characters are kind of retiring. What if this is him retiring without, because he's already technically was dead
from the Avengers series.
Yeah, but what if this is him? Oh, okay, so yeah, again, spoiler alert, whatever. We've given you enough time. Suck it up. Or pause now, fast forward until the end of the show, and then go backwards until it makes sense. Whatever. My point is, this is on you.
You've never actually listened to a podcast, have you?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, like twice. Shut up. Anyway, so it wraps up basically. He either has to sacrifice his friends, or he has to sacrifice himself. And he picks himself to,
chooses to sacrifice himself
to go into kind of God mode.
Yeah, but it's less than, or not less. It's more than to save his friends. It's like save the universe.
Yeah, there can be either one timeline or this.
Yeah.
The save the sacred timeline.
Yeah.
Or what he does, which, again, they don't really explain other than the fact that he just kind of is going to handle the noise. And he goes off into whatever this.
Yeah, so I guess the way they ended it, it could end there and never come back. I just don't want it to. I really like that show. I really like watching Loki develop as a character. He was always just...
Disney hit his apex. He has made the ultimate sacrifice. He is a god. He has, done this great thing.
He made that comment in there too, or was it him or was it Morbius that made the comment? He's like, "Oh yeah, you're the only god. You're the only god that's here." Or I guess I am the god. I should probably go do that, because everybody else is just regular mortals. But there's a handful of things in season 2 where I was like, "Ooh, damn! Like this is Disney. This is Disney Plus." That felt a little brutal for Disney Plus. Like the torture device thing with the box.
Yeah.
Oh, that was messed up. I felt like that was just in general messed up.
Yeah.
And it was on the same streaming service that my daughter watches Frozen on.
Yeah. At the same time, it's like, in his desperation to like, I'm not giving up. We're going to get this. We're going to get this. We're going to get this. And then he's like, I just need to know everything about time, quantum time, whatever. Blah, blah, blah.
Well, so the torture box concept in general, but there's the scene where they're trying to figure out how to extract, not a confession, but get information out of one of the agents.
Yeah.
And Owen Wilson's character turns to Loki and he's just like, "You're a bad guy. Act like it. Be the bad guy." It's like, oh, fine.
Well,
and he went and did all villainy stuff. I really liked that show. I really liked watching that character develop. I thought out of all of the stupid Marvel shows that exist, that is the best one.
Yeah, no, but agreed. But the point I was going to make is that evolution of the character when he basically is like, okay, how long is it going to take me to understand everything? I don't know, 100 years. And then so like 100 years later,
100 years later.
Yeah. I mean, the viewer doesn't watch it as such, but it kind of gets to a point where it's replaying this flashback and to where it's like, okay, no, we got to do this. And it's like, if we take that and we've got to consider this over here, this quantum field, blah, blah. So he basically resets to 100 years, learns everything about this stuff, and then comes back to that moment to try and save the day.
Yeah.
That sacrifice of time to to do those things. I mean, like, holy shit.
Yeah, but he's also immortal, so it kind of worked out for him.
Yeah, but the evolution of the character, that I think that's the big thing. What is that show? That show is the story of redemption.
Yeah, it really is. And hats off to Disney/Marvel for looking at what is essentially a B character villain from their franchise and said, you know what, we're going to give him his own show. He's going to get a streaming redemption.
Yeah,
Boom.
It could have been like Gog Droid, the Star Wars story. But
that's what some of those felt.
Yeah.
Hawkeye got his own show. That's...
Well, and that, it was... A lot of these things are fun to watch, but are they good TV? No. And that brings up the bigger conversation that, the Marvels, considered a box office flop, not a catastrophe. Just
did it make back what they put into it?
Oh, absolutely. And that's the funny thing is I saw a comparison. There were like two other movies that came out that were, one was a DiCaprio movie and one, I forgot the other one, but basically all three of them had the exact same budget as the Marvels. The Marvels made more their like first 2 weeks than the other two movies made. Mm-hmm. And the other two were like, oh my God, they were triumphant. But this one was a flop. And I think it just comes down to the expectation for a Marvel movie is that it's going to make 3, 4, 5 times what it cost to make.
Yeah.
And it only made twice.
They might have, I think the accountants got spoiled with the Avengers Endgame, because Endgame Part 1, Endgame Part 2, everybody in the known universe watched those freaking movies. And it was kind of the apex of the Avengers / that Marvel, what do they call it? Zone 1, Phase 1, Phase 9.
That one was Phase 4 or 5 or whatever it was. But
that doesn't make any sense. It's all bullshit. But I mean, it was kind of like the finale for
crescendo,
all of that. Yeah. And nothing else has built back up the momentum to carry that level of success.
No. And, is it fatigue? Are they overdoing it? And I know that that's been a lot of the conversation in the last few weeks from Disney's, that they're hurting, the streaming platform's hurting. They just raised the price of the streaming platform by like 60%. It went up a lot. Didn't double, but it close to. I want to say it went from like $80 a year to like $130 or something like that.
$10 a month-ish.
Yeah.
Plus. Yeah.
So there's that, but and then now Disney's saying, or what's his name, the head up there, like he came on and he was at one of these annual meetings, and he said something to the effect of, he told everybody making these things that you forgot that you have to be storytellers first. You have to be entertaining. Mm-hmm. And that he said, you've got to stop making everything about being a message.
Yeah. Stop making everything about being a message, but also make, and this is just a very important storytelling thing in general, make something that you want to see. Make something that you're proud of. Don't just sit there and make something you think other people want to see, because the work is going to hurt.
And isn't there a bit of a problem with that? Is that some of these things are being made by people who didn't read the comics. They didn't. They're just like, I have an idea where this should go.
They don't care about the material. They think the fans want to see this. They think the fans want to see that. They kind of They understand that. They understand at a textbook level what the characters are, but they have zero emotional commitment. I think that's why what Dave Filoni does.
Yeah, I was going to mention him.
Yeah, Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau, like what they do with Star Wars, I think it really shines through because they're passionate about the material.
And Filoni now, chief creative officer for Lucas.
Yeah, which is huge, which is important.
Yeah, it's basically saying you are now the shepherd.
Yeah, and the thing that I really love about it is everything that he's doing So the Book of Boba Fett, The Mandalorian, Ahsoka, those live action Star Wars shows.
Yeah.
The names are probably a little misleading because, like Ahsoka wasn't really about Ahsoka. It was Rebels season 5.
Yeah.
Mandalorian, whatever the last season was, it wasn't really about the Mandalorian. It was about Bo-Katan and or quote, the Mandalorian was not.
Yeah.
It was a different Mandalorian. But I think all of their stories are moving towards. All of those stories are moving towards something that Filoni has put in motion since the Clone Wars cartoon series, and was really bringing together with the Rebels cartoon series. I think this is all focusing in on a movie that he's going to do a movie. He's going to do a trilogy, another series of something. That whole he's steering the ship in a direction that I'm really curious to see where it's going.
Well, and with that in mind, there's rumors of there's rumors of another trilogy, Star Wars trilogy, coming that might be centered around Rey. What are your thoughts on that?
That's my official answer.
Yeah.
There's so much. I don't know. I think there's so much good stuff that's out there. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's got to be done well. Please do it well. That's all I ask.
Yeah.
Please do it well.
Well,
and actually, if done right, it could be like a sequel redemption, the way that the Clone Wars series was for the prequels. He could kind of come in and be like, okay, you know what?
yeah, I see that, but yes, I would love to see them have like all of this really good storytelling they're doing now with the episodic stuff, tie in and do some filler that makes that time frame a little bit better. At the same time, I just, this about me. I'm tired of all of the hate for these movies, and it's like maybe you don't think that they're great. The masses in general don't think that they're great. At the same time, just when I hear people talk about it, 9 times out of 10, they're not talking about specifics they don't like. It's just not the story they wanted to hear. Oh, I wish it was more about Ben Kenobi's kid, or I wish that Rey was this, and it just never was what they expected.
Okay, I'll give you that. Here's my take on it. I don't know if I cared about any of the characters. I don't know if I cared about. I never made it an emotional connection to like anybody in the sequel series. Like it didn't click. I never fell in love. Versus Rebels. Oh my God, the emotional attachment that I have to the cast of Rebels. Holy cow!
Sure,
that's crazy, and I credit that to the storytelling of the showrunners for that series. Look at Ahsoka. That character, the amount of effort that went into that character. She's one of the best characters that has ever been created.
Absolutely.
The sequel series never hooked me. They never introduced a character where I was like, yeah, that person. I don't know.
It's fair.
You're yawning a lot.
No, I am. It's been a long week.
It has been a long week. And it's not even over yet.
Yeah.
Ooh, hey, I have a fun PSA.
Okay.
Doctor Who is back.
Yes, I've watched 1 and 2 now.
You've watched 1 and 2? Okay, so
3 is next week?
3 is tomorrow. As of the airing of this episode, 3 is tomorrow. How many are they doing? Is it 3, 4?
I thought it was just 3.
Just 3? Oh shit. Okay, so we get the new Doctor tomorrow. And it's on Disney Plus. For everybody in America, it's on Disney Plus.
Yes.
Commercial free. Oh, it is brilliant watching Doctor Who unedited, commercial free on Disney Plus. Ooh, it's amazing.
And right now with this 3-part special, I mean, it's David Tennant, Doctor, and then Donna.
And let me tell you, special number 2, no spoilers because people may not even know that they're out yet. Special number 2 might be one of the best episodes of Doctor Who I've ever seen.
You really thought so?
It was so good. It was so good. I mean, what has been my general complaint about Doctor Who past couple of seasons? Too many companions, too complicated a story. This past, special number 2, just the Doctor and one companion, and then, alien, what have yous, and an incredibly simple story that was, it was simple. On the face of it, it's very simple.
Oh, the meat and bones of it was very simple.
The meat and bones is very simple, but it's engaging and it's incredible. And it's, I think we have to go back to the Jodie Whittaker episode where they were trapped in the building with a Dalek. Mm-hmm. You have to go back. I mean, you have to go back to there before you find an episode that has the same level of simple concept, but executed well and just really well done. Anyway, moral of the story: Doctor Who's back, and I love it.
Yeah,
and we get the new Doctor tomorrow. Yeah. Saturday, December 9th. Yeah, 9th. Feels like 9th.
Yes, it's 9th.
9th. There you go. Nice.
And that's the night that we will be on the we'll be doing the Florida Rum Society.
The Ho Ho Home Bar Tour.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to that. I assembled all of our drink pouches.
Yeah, so Saturday we need to make those in film.
We need to get those in film. And I was also thinking, what if in the cooler, because they're not going to take up a whole lot of space. What if in the cooler we got the fancy crushed ice and we brought some cups? So in theory, people could take a scoop of the fancy crushed ice and then empty their drink pouch.
So I've got from the barbecue, I've got 8 bags of ice in the cooler or in my freezer out there.
The crushity ice?
I want to say that there's 1.5, but that stuff really solidifies. We can try and break it up.
You might need to go, but what do you think of as a concept? What do you think about that?
I think that it's a possibility, but at the same time, there's part of me that's just keep the simplicity of unscrew this cap and drink it.
Okay.
Because it's so strong. I don't think we're going to do heavy pours with those per se. I think we talked about a medium, a 6-ounce drink or something like that.
They're small. I mean, they're going to be smaller. I mean, the alcohol proportion is going to be the correct. But they're I think they're the 6-ounce.
Yeah.
They're the 6-ounce bags. They're not the 8-ounce.
Yeah. So I think that'll help. But with cups and everything else, since we're our drink is on the bus, instead of getting the cups out and everything else, I think it's just handing out the pouches is the way to go. Okay. Especially because I think we're going to try and record from the bus for next week's episode. So I gotta.
There's no way this will end badly.
Well, and here's the other thing.
Do you have enough laptop battery to make that happen? Or?
Well, it's. I want to try and do it as simple as possible. No microphone stands, everything, and just 2 microphones. Yeah. Do the long cords for our main 2 microphones, and just hand them back and forth, or whoever we're talking with, or whatever. So
it's one of those things where I wish we had those little NPR recorders. Where they just hold out their hand and be like, "Brr."
Yeah. So. Yes. Here's the other thing is if it doesn't work, I fly out the next morning and then I get back on Thursday night at 6. So
that's basically a week from today we're going to be recording.
Or finishing, just taking everything and editing, because it's going to be the way we've got to do it is going to be open laptop and hit record. And just talk. And so next week's episode is going to be an interesting experiment. Recording on a bus or from other people's homes, but just doing it real simply where it's because I'll have the USB adapter, so it plugs into this laptop. But it's going to be when we get there, find a corner to plug it into and interview the host. The host of the bar for 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah. Do you have 5 minutes to talk about your bar and your drink?
Yeah.
into this microphone.
Yep. So, or just talk to other people. I know Tommy will be there, and Jose and some of the others.
The last time we did this, I was really happy with the event. One, it was
a great event.
It was a great event, and one, very welcoming people. I know. We talk about it all the time that, you really got to go out of your way to meet a jerk, but like, because we showed up early. The only person that we knew was really Tom.
Yeah,
and show up early, and we're like, oh, there's a bus. There's a bunch of people in Hawaiian shirts. This is probably where we're supposed to be. And we just kind of walked over like, hey, never met any of you. We're Greg and Garrick.
Made some friends.
Yeah, and it was such an inviting, lovely group of humans. I had so much fun. And then it was like, hey, I just met you. Come inside my house. Here's my bar.
Yeah.
Enjoy my food. Here's some drink. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be a great night. For me, it just comes down to, like, I've got tonight, and then tomorrow night we got this event, and then I leave on Sunday.
What time do you leave on Sunday?
My flight's at 9:30 a.m.
Oh, Jesus, dude.
Yeah.
The hell are you thinking?
Well, I'm thinking I need to get to Vegas and try and maximize some time there because I've got a couple of meetings and people. I want to see our buddy Chris.
Yeah.
But he's traveling back because he had. Yeah, I'm not even going to talk about that. He's
That's fine. Yeah, don't mention it.
He's going to be traveling back, so I'm hoping that I get a chance to see him, and then some new friends we made at IAPA. Get a drink with them in the afternoon, and then go hang out with Dave, Shannon and Dave.
That's pretty good.
Have some steaks with them, and then continue on to LA on Monday morning. Wow. Have some meetings. Going to see Scott at the ETC Christmas party at their headquarters in LA on Wednesday night.
You BS'd your way into ETC's Christmas party.
I didn't BS nothing. He's like, "Oh, if you're going to be there, you should go." And I'm like, "Yeah, we'll see." And then he's like, he had somebody from that office. "Hey, Mr. Center, we hear that you want to we would very much like to invite you. We hear you're going to be in town."
Dear Mr. Center, you are cordially invited
Yeah.
to the entertainment technology.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Absolutely one of those ones where it's like, "Oh, okay, so I'm going to go to that." But
do you have any idea who I think I am?
No, it's not that. It's Scott. Scott. Scott's a big fan of the show and has become a good friend to both of us. And
he's like, "No, I'm putting your name on this list."
That's what it was.
And you're going to enjoy it. No, that's awesome. That's super awesome.
Doing a team dinner on Tuesday night.
Mm-hmm.
Monday night doing a dinner with Wendy, newly elected for the international board.
Yeah.
We're gonna go grab some dinner, talk about a little bit of TEA and some other stuff, and yeah.
Well, that's outstanding.
Should be good.
That's outstanding.
Yeah, and then meetings during the day. Pretty full agenda for a quick trip out there.
Yeah, you're there for a while. That's
well. Yeah, I come back on Thursday morning.
You're there, then Vegas, and then okay.
Yeah, so it's like leave Sunday morning. I'm back. I think I land at like 6:00 on Thursday.
Who are you flying?
Oh, United. Just actually,
you haven't given up on United yet.
No, I really want to, but so that trip to France was just miserable.
Yeah, hold on. You mentioned to me that you had a worse flight experience than your running through Newark,
which
story.
They tried to make me do again.
They tried to make you do that again, and you're like, no, I booked this bullshit. There's no way in hell I'm doing that.
Yeah.
Okay, but what was the worst part? Like, how could it have been worse?
So, one, I continue to be frustrated that I keep booking these United things, and because of the way we book them through our corporate system, it's not clear that, like, hey, I'm selecting that I want to book on United, but what it's not clear is like, oh, United over here in the background says, but it's operated by Lufthansa or whatever. So,
well, hold on, Lufthansa is like one of the best airlines in the world. You're talking
you think?
Like you're talking about
have you flown on them
recently? No.
Yeah. It hasn't been a great experience.
Really? Lufthansa?
Yeah.
Huh.
So Well, first off, it was direct from Orlando to Frankfurt. And I'm like, just like normal, I'm like, I'm going to go check in and check my bag at United. And I park terminal top parking and I go down United and they're like, no, we're sorry. You're on Discovery Airlines.
Okay, that's not Lufthansa. That's Discovery.
Yeah.
Okay.
But hold on. So
Yeah.
I'm like, what is Discovery? They're like,
Terminal C.
yeah. And
God. So you had to go to the other
I've
terminal.
never been there, and I'd already parked terminal top. And they're like, don't worry, there's a shuttle. They told me where it is, but that's not where it was. It took me forever to find the shuttle. And then there's a guy down there going, we're finding a shuttle for you, sir. Like, we don't have a shuttle right now.
You're in terminal. Go back to your car in terminal top. Drive back over to terminal C.
Yeah.
Terminal C is glorious.
Well, this is the first time I've been in there, but they found a shuttle. They dropped me off over there. Go through the walk and everything else. At least it wasn't busy. For like Sunday on a Thanksgiving, I'm like, this is going to be a nightmare. I'm going to get over there and it's going to take forever. And I didn't. It went right through. And I got in, took Discovery, Economy Plus, the upgrade, which is not an inexpensive upgrade. Mm-hmm. Exact same seat as Economy. 100%. Exact same seat. It just came with a full meal.
Oh, so now you don't really have a lot of room and a full tray of
and
food.
I'm a big guy. Like, I booked Economy Comfort for this thing. Their amenities bag, you know, when you do that, they give you that little amenity bag. This is like one of those like disposable.
Here's some deodorant or whoopee cushion.
No, almost. But the bag, instead of like a little zip up pouch thing, was like one of those Aldi bags. You know, wadded up with some stuff in it. And I was like, okay, give me some earbuds, so you can watch the videos. But only one side worked because it was the special earbuds with the two prongs. But one of them you can kind of fold over, but it still only works in mono. So like watching a movie in mono, so I get there and it's like, okay, well, 4 hour and 45-minute layover. None of the lounges, you can't use any of the lounges there unless you book first class, and they're like, you can't even buy it. You can't, because I'm just like, let me buy it. I'm here forever.
Now, do you get your United status points with the Discovery or whatever? Or
I get credit for them, but not at the same rate. Because once you have status, you know, you get like a little modifier for being status. I didn't get that. I didn't get the modifier. So I earned fewer miles because of the way they booked me. And then ultimately, my connecting flight, I'm just like trying to find a place to curl up in a corner and get some rest because it was an overnight flight.
Yeah.
And they canceled my connecting flight.
What?
Just unceremoniously. It turned out because it was the weather. It started snowing. And it's one of those ones where you don't go down the gangway to the plane. You go downstairs and get on a bus, and then they load you on the tarmac. And they can't do that when it's like sleet or snowing. Anyway, so I call the travel agency. They start working on it. I call United. They start working on it. And then I walk and I get in line, and I happen to get up there. And they're like, sir, we put you on standby for a flight in another 4 hours. But don't worry, you're standby. But because of your status on Star Alliance, you are the first person in line. And there are 4 spots available on this, so you'll get one of these 4 spots.
Yeah.
When I finally got to the plane, no kidding, they're like, no, all those 4 spots are gone because somebody, like, I was cool about it. I'm like, okay, cool. Somebody jumped up, down, and screamed until they gave away those 4 spots. And they're like, there is no spots on this plane. If somebody doesn't make their connection flight to this plane, then you can have one of those. And I barely got on the plane.
What?
Yeah. So I spent 12 hours in Frankfurt with I don't know, we might get you on the way back. I had changed my flight, which I'm glad I did, because if Hattie stayed the next day, 760 flights canceled on the day I was flying back. But I flew back the day before. but I went back through Newark, and it was that same, you need to transfer to A. But when
Yeah.
I booked it, it was transfer from B to C, which is an easy transfer.
Yeah.
And again, you priority in your bag, you're supposed to be the first one out, the first bag out.
Yeah.
And the bag didn't come out for till the very last bag again. And then it's like, I'm like, you know what?
Deja fucking
Yeah.
vu.
I was like, oh, it's going to be one of those ones. And I go out, and the guy, oh, you need to hurry. You got to get over to A. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to make it. I've done this. And I just went over the counter, and they were like, you need to talk to Lufthansa and just go find their counter and make them give you a hotel voucher because you're sleeping in Newark tonight. And I'm like, oh, I told them the story about everything this year, and they're like, let's see if we can work the magic. And they got me. They're like, we're sorry, you're in a middle seat on an overbooked flight, but we got you on. And as soon as I walked, I was able to go in the app and change it to in the app. There was a aisle seat, so I was able to change to an aisle seat.
Oh, dude.
But I got home. It was like, then I spent 3 hours in Newark, 3 extra hours in Newark waiting for the next flight. But I got home.
Wow, that's.
But it's crazy to me that these airlines are booking these incredibly short turnaround times or incredibly long turnaround times. They're not communicating very well.
Yeah,
and I don't think it's them. I think all of them.
Yeah, it's a weird thing with the airline industry in general. As God, what was it? George Carlin that once said something to the effect of, it's a big talk coming from an industry that's willing to lie about arrival and departure times.
Yeah. Hey, did you know we're almost at an hour?
No.
Yeah.
Well,
57 minutes.
Well, look at that. Freaking crushed it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, call it.
Okay. Well, hey, Dave, Martin, I'm coming to see you.
DemoDavePro.com.
Yeah. That's me making it weird for you again. We love you, Dave. Don't forget to check us out on our website, rumandnerdy.com. That's rumandnerdy.com.
Social medias. We are also at Rum and Nerdy, also AND.
And you can email us at show@rumandnerdy, which we just had somebody do, and they ordered a challenge coin and a T-shirt.
So they're all set for the next gathering where we will throw down the gauntlet of challenge coin challenges. I guess that's the technical term.
Well, and you reach out to us. I made a little. I think I gave like a $10 off kind of thing for buying both of them. So
Cool.
It worked out. I sold some merchandise. He had the Rum and Nerdy, the T-shirt.
Oh, with Eagle 5?
Yeah.
That was solid.
Yeah, so got that shirt. So, so let us know if you want any of that stuff. Otherwise, have a great week. Be safe. I know a lot of people are going to be traveling this time of year for family and things like that, and a lot of weather. Be safe. We love you guys.
Stay nerdy, my friends.
Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. I wanna fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me. I want to fly like an eagle till I'm free. I go through the revolution.
Obi, how long will it take me to know everything that you know about mechanics, physics, and engineering?
How much do you know?
Let's assume I don't know much, but I'm a fast learner, and I'm a god.
Well, let's start at the beginning then.
We don't have time for this. Look, it's better if we walk alone.
Obi, I understand. But if I had to know, I mean, I really, really, really had to know, how long would it take?
Decades.
Centuries.